Hey everyone, today we have 6 submissions from the Diamond Guard. The Diamond Guard is really cool. There's a lot of attacks from there, and if you haven't already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button to make sure you get all my future videos. So let's just go ahead and jump right in. So the Diamond Guard is like this, okay? Most people look at it and they say, oh, triangle, which that'll be the first submission we do. But there's a lot more than just triangle. So you don't want to hang out for too long in the Diamond Guard. It's a little unstable. You can make it more stable by reaching up with your free hand, getting like a collar tie on him so you can't just posture out or get out. So if you control his head and control his arm, you can launch a lot more attacks from there, and it makes it a lot more stable, right? So depending on how his arm is, that's what we're going to do for the attacks, right? We have 2 submissions where his arm is like this, 2 submissions where his arm is here, and then 2 submissions where his arm is in like this. So any way he puts his arm in this position, we've got 2 ways to deal with it, okay? So let's start from here. First one's triangle, right? I'm starting here, keeping his posture broken down. I'm going to reach up, grab my shin by my ankle, right? Get it nice and tight. Pull down to control his posture. I'm going to use my free leg to push off of his hip and turn to around 90 degrees, right? I want to be looking inside of his ear. From here, lock up the triangle, and now reach under his leg and squeeze to the finish. Okay, also, you can reach under the armpit. I like that a little bit more because it's always right there. Sometimes they can move their leg back, and it can be hard to reach, right? But you can always reach up here under the arm and then squeeze, right? So this is the triangle, most obvious one from there. Also from here, super easy. We've got an arm bar, right? If we have here, all we have to do is pop this leg over here. We can just push his head, make that a little easier, right? So he's here, right? Especially if he's like posturing up a lot. I prefer this one, so I'm just going to control his wrist. Push here, squeeze my knees together, and this top leg, it's really important to pull it down to really control his posture, right? I don't want it loose. He might be able to scramble out. But if I've got my knees together and I'm curling my hamstring in right here, now I'm just going to keep his wrist pointed up. I'm going to hip into his elbow, right? There we go. All right, so from here again. So it's 2 if his arm is like this, like across my body. If his arm is the other way, towards the outside, right? First one I usually go for is a Kimura. So I've got his wrist. I'm going to take this other arm, snake it through under his elbow. Got my figure 4 grip, no thumbs, and I'm really pulling down with my hamstrings, okay? I'm keeping his posture broken down where he can't move. I don't want to be loose with my legs. I'm going to stay curling in, stay tight. Right, so I'm here, and now I'm going to make sure top of his arm, like his tricep, is 90 degrees from his body. His forearm is 90 degrees from the top of his arm, right? So we're here, got it drift up, no thumbs, and then just rotate in, okay? Position like this, you've got great leverage on it, right? And also if his arm's here, go for the Omoplata, right? So it's there. Maybe if it's like in the gi and he's grabbing his own like waist or belt or something and he can't get the Kimura, he's gonna take his head, push it here, pop over, control the waist right away, okay? That's super important. Otherwise he can roll out, scramble out. So I'm here. Now to break him down, I'm going to take my free hand over here, put it on his hip, but notice I always have a hand on his hip. You can't let it be free at any time, right? So I'm here, taking my hand, now taking this hand, posting on the mat, and shrimping to break him down, okay? Now from here, come around, grip, lift your butt off the mat, lean forward, right? So 2 more. Scoot down a little bit. Alright, so 2 more. So we've covered his arms like this, and his arms over here. Let's say he starts trying to put his arm back in like that, right? I'm instantly going to grip it, put my arm through so he can't pull it back all the way. Got it nice and tight, and now I'm going to take this leg, reach it up, pull it here by his face, lock the triangle, and we're coming in for the bicep slicer. Now to finish, I want to turn my wrist up like that, So I've got the blade of my wrist into his forearm and his bicep here. I'm going to turn it up, squeeze, and then hip into it, alright? If you set it up right, it shouldn't take a whole lot of pressure. Now, one more. So he's got his arm tucked in like that. So instead of the bicep slicer, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this leg, put it over here, squeeze my knees together real tight, and now I'm going to take this hand and reach under his thigh. Start moving here for the Baratoplata. Okay, it doesn't take a lot of pressure. It's a shoulder lock, pretty similar to like a Kimura or an Omoplata. And just be careful if you're going with somebody like new with it, right? It really doesn't take a lot of pressure, and most people don't realize they're getting shoulder locked on it. But that's all we have for today. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. Thanks.